It's election time in Bullhead City, Arizona, and Dr. Waheed Zehri is running for city council in Bullhead City. When you go around town seeing signs like this, they're just signs. But what if you have experienced sexual harassment, inappropriate touching from the person whose sign is up? How would that make you feel every time you passed it? How would that make you feel? Dr. Waheed Zehri has been a doctor in Bullhead City for 24 years. He owns Desert Oasis Medical Center. Here are some testimonies of previous patients.
I went to Dr. Ziri for a painful cyst at the Laughlin Urgent Care about 10 years ago. The question he asked were more personal than any other doctor has ever asked. Like, are you happy with your sex life? Are you sexually satisfied type questions. I was very uncomfortable after that visit. He would follow me around town. I actually saw him make a U-turn to accidentally run into me numerous times. And he followed me around Walmart to bump into me every time I tried to avoid him. He would constantly ask why he hadn't heard from me. It was just a plain creepy experience, and I don't get creeped out easily. I edited to add, he actually said, "Wow, you don't look like you had kids. It's beautiful," while doing a pap smear. It was just not right.
I had a very uncomfortable doctor visit with Dr. Ziri at one time. I give this woman kudos for speaking out. She is not alone. I've been cringing every time I see the campaign signs and not brave enough to say anything until now. Thanks to Danny.
He always would make comments to me about how my scrubs fit and how it looked like I worked out or lost weight. He said he would make sure I would get into a nursing school and a good nursing position at any hospital if I helped him out.
I have been a community member and a doctor in Bullhead City since 2003. I humbly request that each member of our community be diligent in researching who they elect their city council members to be, by evaluating the promises that they are making and also with their history and reputation in the community. Firstly, please do not elect anyone who has a large number of allegations by women for sexual assault and harassment in this community. A lot of them are scared to come forward because of the repercussions they may face. Secondly, fake claims made by the individual that they have been bringing healthcare and business to this area when the person in question can't even hold his own reputation among his current and past peers and colleagues. Thirdly, please see the attached lawsuit, which is another reflection of his credibility.
My name is Colby Ritter, and I was sexually harassed by Dr. Waheed Zehri. I'm choosing to come forward now because this needs to stop. It is not okay to abuse the power of which he has with his name and his medical practice in Bullhead City. Now that he is running for city council, I believe that the public needs to know the safety at which the citizens are at risk. I was a new nurse at WMC. I just relocated from Canada and was looking to get involved in the community by volunteering my time. I was given Dr. Ziri's Tri-State Youth Apprenticeship Program to get in touch with him to become a part of it. Once I'd contacted him to be a part of this program, he continued the conversations outside of what was needed for that program. From there, it continued with the sexual harassment comments and unwarranted physical touch, which led me to bringing this forth to my CNO as well as the risk management officer at Western Arizona Regional Medical Center. Since then, nothing has been done, and I have not heard any more about what was going to happen in regards to this.
Dr. Ziri was actually placed on the council based on a recommendation a year or two back. Recently, we were advised of some allegations that were made against him. I know that our agency, the Mojave County Sheriff's Office, and Bullhead Police Department are both conducting active investigations, which I won't get into, but as a result, he has been suspended from our council. And I'll point out, obviously, that even though these are active potential criminal investigations, the man would be innocent till proven guilty, but our protocol is to do an immediate suspension pending the outcome of
Dr. Ziri talks a lot about being the founder and the CEO of the Mojave Health Coalition. Although it sounds good in theory, what has the Mojave Health Coalition actually done? To be the founder of the corporation, you actually have to have a corporation. This name is still available. There is also no tax ID. On Dr. Ziri's website for City Council, it says, "We need to retain our youth by providing them great career opportunities in our community." This is 100% true, but is he the correct person to do that? My name is Vanessa Martinez, and I was sexually harassed by Dr. Waheed Zehri. I'm coming forward now after realizing how many women have had this unfortunate experience of sexual harassment with Dr. Waheed Zehri. He has shown inappropriate actions towards me and many women. He needs to take accountable for his actions and apologize to every woman that he's done wrong to. Bullhead City should realize that he is not a good candidate for our city, especially for the youth. I do not consider him as a role model, and he needs to come to the light of all the things he has done wrong.
Hello, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Vanessa Martinez. I was born and raised here in Bullhead City since 1997, 23 years old. I came forward to speak to the public to why Dr. Waheed Zehri is not the right fit for Bullhead City. I've heard Dr. Zehri making changes for the community, such as being the founder of the Tri-State Youth Internship and Leadership Organization and contributing his time to community events. While many have experienced great moments with Dr. Zehri, I unfortunately did not. Looks can be deceiving. To each their own how they view Ziri. I did not see him as a good role model for us, especially the youth. I officially met Dr. Waheed Zehri at the Tri-State Internship Board meeting in March of 2019, a year ago. I was asked to be part of the organization by some of the board members. It was good from the start and nothing seemed odd. Dr. Zehri recommended me to be the speaker for the organization. I started to notice shortly after how he would talk to me and how he would respond to me. When Dr. Zehri invited me to Havasu at one point, he personally asked me to go with him to talk to the Havasu doctors regarding about the internship organization. When I asked him who else was going, he said just the two of us. He kept insisting that I went with him to Havasu, but I did not go. Other times was him offering to buy any bathing suit I want if I went anywhere with him. He asked me to stay private and not tell anybody that I would go with him. I asked him at another point if Warren C can help sponsor me and my Cinderella sisters to go to a Cinderella pageant, and we were willing to work for it. Dr. Waheed Zehri said I had to do a few favors to him to make it happen, especially for me. He also asked me to give him massages. I told him no. Constant messaging made me feel uncomfortable. I spoke with my employer at the time at the Boys and Girls Club, the CEO, and she helped me report it to MORMC. I told Dr. Waheed Zehri to maintain a relationship strictly professional. He denied that he did anything wrong. I decided to come forward after realizing how many women have been victimized from Ziri. He should be accountable for his actions and admit it. He is the founder of an organization that ranges from teens to early 20s. I feel that is a pool of victims for him because I was 21 when he was inappropriate with me. He's running for Bullhead City Council, and I do not believe he's a good role model to be elected. This experience made me feel weak and vulnerable. I felt powerless compared to him because he is known to the community. When I would see him at public places, I hide and get bad heart palpitations of fear. I would not think he would physically harm me, but I fear of him talking to me. It seems like he gets what he wants, and that makes it scary for me to think that. Looks can be deceiving. Thank you for your time.
Honestly, when I saw those signs pretty much everywhere, I feel like there's less now, but it made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel sick, anxious, because not a lot of people know or knew about like what happened between me and Ziri. Many people have had great experiences with Ziri, and I'm like, should I say something or should I not? And that's where I posted on my Facebook page regarding about Ziri, and I didn't say his name in the beginning, and people knew what I was talking about. So it's just, nobody should make you feel that sick.
For numerous girls that have come forward, you just said you denied them. How can you be a transparent leader when all you say is you deny them?
Let me tell you, this is remind me of Red Kavanaugh. This is a serious allegation, and it's calculated, premeditated, and is politically motivated. I never ever sexually harass or assault any woman in my life. Let me tell you the backstory behind this. There are two lawsuits. One is Denny Christian Hampshire, sued by WAMC. Dr. Mirza recently suing the WAMC, including myself, most of the doctors in the Medical Executive Committee, and also board members. Denny Christian Hampshire, he started working with Dr. Mirza 2 months ago. This is a variation also. She posted on the Facebook, I think July 6th, about that I sexually assaulted her when she used to work in the Medical Center 2012. And then first she put Viscaham, then she hid Viscaham, not anymore. And she said she filed a police report with the Maui Sheriff Department. I personally went yesterday to Maui Sheriff Department. There is no police report by Denny Christian Hampshire against me. This is a proven liar. This is a slender, and she is not the victim. I am the victim.
What would you say then about all the other women that have come forward?
I don't know. I don't sit on the Facebook every day, so I don't know. I'm just talking about the ringleader.
Okay.
The ringleader is a proven liar. Anybody, this is a public record. Nobody can hide him, right? We are in the United States. Anybody go walk into the sheriff department and say, I want a report for Dr. Zehri. They will give to you. And you can go in and report the sheriff department. Nothing is there against him. She never filed any report ever against him. You can check the sheriff department.
So just for clarification, because she didn't file a police report, that means that those allegations are not true or
Absolutely.
My name is Danny Christine Hanshaw. I was sexually harassed by Dr. Waheed Zehri. In 2012, I filed a police report after multiple times of reporting these incidences to my superiors at Valley View Medical Center. On July 14th, Dr. Waheed Zehri stated that I was a liar, that I was a ringleader, and that he himself had gone to the sheriff's department and that there was no report in existence.
Seeing that both you and him have both got a copy of that report on the 14th of July.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure how because I know it was emailed to you, correct?
Yes.
And so, but he had came in and picked it up, and I was
Well, he said there was no report.
Well, he came and picked up a report, the same report that you had requested on the same day, and that's why
I am coming forward now because 8 years ago I was afraid, due to the leadership of Valley View threatening my mom's job, who still works at Valley View to this day. I don't know why at the time, but I felt as though I needed to protect his family, who to me had nothing to do with his actions at the time. I felt a need to protect his children and his wife. At this time, I think it's extremely important to protect our community so that this man cannot be in a position to groom and hurt any more women, either in a city council position or with any student program, or in any way at all possible with anybody moving forward.
Some of the women that have come forward have experienced strong push back, especially from Noreen Modena, who works for Dr. Ziri. Our children were raised to speak up on site, not make allegations years later, intentionally trying to destroy someone's life. I was sexually abused by a blood relative, and guess what? He was in jail hours later. These women had a voice all this time and had never ever said anything, ever just answer me this. Why now? Sounds super shady and premeditated, and I'm not the only one who feels this way. All of a sudden, they want to play victim. Please miss me. Be with your advocate speech. Noreen Medina, you must not know what it's like to live with being made to feel degraded, worthless, and humiliated. He harassed me in my place of work. He lacks the capacity to prove he has the moral standards and ethical boundaries a leader must possess to be valued by the community. I feared for my reputation I worked extremely hard to build. My children and my livelihood are why I stayed quiet. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. You sound like a miserable woman, and you've proved that with the amount of hate you displayed. For your own divine knowledge, I live outside of the city limits, and his candidacy doesn't mean a thing to me. What's ridiculous is your insensitive and callous remarks. Do you want to know what made my week? The gentleman who called in to confront him. Those men have my utmost respect. Noreen Medina responds, do you feel better now? The world is in a pandemic, something way bigger than this current situation. People are sick. People are dying. Your allegations are interfering with so many other people and their livelihoods. So forgive my insensitive and callous remarks. I'm not the only one tired of hearing these allegations. Response back, no, I don't, Noreen. Once he's held accountable for his heinous actions and words, then the women he is objectified will hopefully come to find peace in their hearts. My actions aren't interfering with anyone's livelihoods or health, and neither are any other of his victims doing so. When he's out of WRMC, they will thrive. A new doctor will come to town and buy his office. The leadership internship he started will be taken over. Do you want to know what I'm sick and tired of hearing? People who are void of empathy and compassion. Please vote on August 4th, 2020, this coming Tuesday, for the City Council. This is taking off of Ziri's website, and just like a lot of things he represents, the words sound great. The ideas sound great, such as like better healthcare options, engaging our youth with internships, smart, sustainable infrastructure, transparent and engaged leadership, bringing great industry to Bullhead, and finding solutions for the homeless. But Dr. Ziri is not that leader. Government should be engaged, transparent, and committed to finding solutions. Unfortunately, the solution for Bullhead City is not Dr. Ziri. Please share your thoughts with us, and together we can make a difference.